19.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
Programming made possible by donations from the following.
New Health. At New Health, they believe that healthcare is more than just treating illnesses. It's about building relationships with their patients and their families and providing compassionate care that meets everyone's needs. The Chewelah team is here to listen to your concerns and work with you to develop a personalized healthcare plan that fits your lifestyle and goals. So, if you're looking for a local healthcare provider that treats you like family, call New Health to schedule an appointment. You can contact them at 509-935-6004 or 800-829-6583. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978. KCHW thanks New Health for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Chewelah Motel and RV Park. Chewelah Motel and RV Park, located at 301 South Park Street in Chewelah, offers 14 single or double rooms, each with a refrigerator and microwave, in-room coffee station, Wi-Fi, cable, and 58-inch screen television. 2 Airbnb options are available, both with full kitchens, coffee, and a 65-inch smart TV. They also feature 26 full hookup RV spots with 30-amp service. For reservations, they can be reached at 509-935-4763 or ChewelahMotelandRVPark.com. Chewelah Motel and RV Park, 301 South Park Street in Chewelah.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Good morning. It's the KCHW Morning Show. It is Friday, October 20th. We're here with Scott Allen and myself, Chuck Ritchie. How you doing this morning, Scott?
I'm doing great. I have a feeling something is about to happen.
What's about to happen?
Not sure what it is. So I'm not sure what it is.
Is it
something's going to happen.
Is it something good?
I hope so. We'll know by the end of the show.
Yeah, I know something pretty awesome that's going to happen tonight.
What's that?
Tonight, starting at 6 p.m., we have our newest live DJ right here in the studio, Old Man Mark, with his new show, Classic Rock and More. It's he's gonna be doing some classic rock, some he's like a bunch of Grateful Dead, some of the Woodstock type rock, really great classic, the good stuff. So.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
He's been in here with Doug working on stuff and for about the last month and getting the feel for everything. And tonight,
Doug's trained him?
Doug has trained him. Which means he's
Wait a
gonna be
minute.
extra awesome.
All right.
No, but
we should probably tell people that are used to Friday night programming.
Yes.
Because I don't think we have a promo for the movie. You've juggled some stuff around to accommodate our newest live DJ, right?
Yes, we have. So our typical Friday night chill lineup is moving to Thursday night. It played last night. the Soul Show with Mike Canton that normally plays on Thursday night is moved to after Dr. Jazz on Tuesday nights.
Okay.
Then we're going to have Friday night, started kicking things off for the night with Old Man Mark and his new show. And then we're going to be with The Hermit for the psychedelic era and Days of Confusion on Friday nights.
Wow. So like it's a whole night of classic and psychedelic rock on Fridays?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kicking the party off.
All right.
Nice.
You know, that's I think a better setup than we've had before on Fridays. So
Yeah. I think I love all the shows that we play on Friday, but we've had a few comments from listeners saying we'd like things a little more lively on Friday nights. And
going into the weekend,
Yeah.
totally good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, so we're gonna set the party this weekend.
All
Friday
right.
nights.
So tonight on the radio, have you heard him do any breaks yet? Or is it going to be his like first time talking alone? Or are you throwing him to the wolves? Has he?
I will be here with him to make sure everything
Okay.
goes okay. And I've heard him with Doug before, and he's done some breaks and done some introductions to songs. And Doug's been
Nice.
giving him like a little segment to do on his own during Doug's show. He's bringing in some of his music and doing like a little, like a what is it, like the classic rock corner with Doug or something, or with Mark during Doug's show. So
Oh,
Yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Well, that's awesome of
Yeah.
Doug to do that and get us a new DJ train. There you go.
it really was.
All right, very nice. Should we do some weather and get things started? Then we'll get to a few morning funnies.
Yeah.
Looking for a high today, 69, partly to mostly cloudy. Weather's changing, folks. I'm so sorry. Mainly cloudy tonight, 48 for an overnight low. Saturday, not too bad, but still mostly cloudy, 68 and 50. Morning rain showers for Sunday, 60 and 40. Start off the week Monday, 58 degrees. Tuesday, 51. By the end of the week, you're in the upper 40s. So it's been upgraded a few degrees throughout next week, but slight periods of rain each day and partly cloudy skies and definitely cooler temperatures as we officially welcome fall.
It's time if you've got the auto start in your car, I envy you because I do not. And I have to go
Here's
out.
what's the
in
worst.
cold
I've got
in
a
my
car
PJs.
with auto start, but now I have like a dash light that comes on, and the auto start stopped working, and the dash light that comes on is one of those engine lights. So I took it into the shop, so they could put it on the machine. I got a really cool shop here, and they came out and they said, it's just the gas cap. You need to buy a new gas cap. There's a sensor in there. So I replaced the gas cap. It's still doing it, and since there's a flaw in the gas cap, and I guess the car's worried about fumes, it won't let the auto start work. I looked it up. It blocks it. It's so frustrating.
Oh, that is frustrating. Wow.
Especially here because, it's Maine. The wind blows. It's full, pretty much flat, rolling hills. So the wind blows a lot, especially in the wintertime when the leaves are off the trees and stuff. And I'm going to miss the, and I'm not buying another gas cap. It's like $30 for an electronic gas cap.
Does the wind blow or does it suck, Scott?
Well, I could make one of those jokes, but there's not another. I guess I could. What's up there, Nova Scotia?
Yeah.
I could say because New Hampshire sucks and Nova Scotia blows.
Yeah.
Like the old thing for Montana. Yeah, I could do
yeah.
that, I guess.
Well, I grew up. I was a kid in the Tri-Cities, so that was always our saying.
Yes, I grew up there too.
The
Really?
the wind doesn't blow; it sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. The Tri-Cities is weird. When I was a kid there, I don't know if it still does it, but sometimes you'd get like dust storms, like you were, in a real desert. You could see the brown cloud coming into town, and you knew you had to close all the windows and stuff. Sandstorm.
I remember we had 1 year we had 100 when I was probably 8 or 9 years old. We moved to Alaska when I was 10, but it was the year before we moved. We had 100-mile-an-hour winds in Kennewick. And it actually ripped the roof off of our house and tipped our motorhome over in the driveway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The motorhome just went boop right on top of the boat.
A couple years ago, I took a month and a half off from the radio station, and I went to avoid pine pollen, and I went to Central Washington and was camping all around the Bank Lakes area. But I had a friend come out and join me for a week, and the wind was ripping like 60, 70 miles an hour one day, and we were going to go boating, but obviously we couldn't. And it picked up his fishing boat on the trailer, the wind did, and flipped it on its side while it was still attached to the car.
Wow.
So we're out there on the 60, 70 mile an hour wind, and we're arguing about what's the best way to try to get that boat still attached to the trailer back up on its wheels. And I was telling him, like, let's grab the rope and we'll tie it to the opposite side and we'll get, feet back so we can't get hurt. And we'll give it a tug and see if it'll come back up on its wheels because the head's all bent on the hitch. And we're debating how we're going to do it. And the wind gusts from a different direction, picks the boat back up and sets it on its tires.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's what I call lucky.
I have the Benny Hill theme song in the back of my head as you're telling that story, Scott.
That's what it felt like, too. And then I looked at him and I said, quick, get in the car and point it into the wind. All right. Weather. We got done with weather. Let's do some breakfast and lunch for the kids' cereal bar today. Yummy yogurts, fresh fruit juice, and your choice of milk up first. And then for lunchtime, I bet it's that typical Friday fare, and it is. A hamburger on a bun or a hot dog on a bun, French fries, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, pudding, and again, your choice of milk. That's what the kids have for breakfast and lunch today. Chances are, I think there's probably some kids might whine, I don't like lunch today. Can I have a sack lunch? And, when it's hamburger and hot dog day, I remember, when I was a kid, it's like, no, I'm eating at school.
I always like pizza day. We'd always get pizza and French fries, and I remember pulling up the cheese because the pizza was never very good. But if you put the French fries under the cheese, it was better. Yeah, and it was always the square pizza that came in the pans. I think they were just large Totino's pizzas.
That's funny. All right, we fire off the actual bits and breaks today, starting off with a silly Facebook post from one of my friends who posted, I need a new Facebook password. Any suggestions? Bad idea. All right, Chuck Ritchie with this morning's quick stupid joke.
So this teacher's third grader was wearing a Fitbit watch, which prompted the teacher to ask, are you tracking your steps? The girl said, no, I wear this for mommy so she can show daddy when he gets home.
Oh. She just totally threw mom under the bus. Did she send a message home with that?
I don't know. Look, honey, look how much I walked today.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right. I missed the horoscope. Today's horoscope is horrible. Some days you're the mouse, other days you're the cheese. This weekend you're mostly a mouse made out of cheese, being chased by a great big cat who's lactose intolerant. Wow. Who or what the cat is in this metaphor, and what does it want from you? That's what you need to work out. Also, be on the alert today because your houseplants are plotting a rebellion. You should probably water them.
I have so much to think about, Scott. I gotta go.
All right. I don't know if they sell. One of these came up for a topic. People could post it on Facebook, and we'll see by the end of the show if we came up with anything. But which frozen pizza is the best? I don't think they have a frozen pizza with fries under the cheese, Chuck. So
probably not.
Is there a favorite frozen pizza that you have?
Well, I can't do the gluten or anything, so I prefer a cauliflower crust. Some of the newer cauliflower crusts that are out there, I actually think are better than actual pizza crust. They have a little better flavor. They don't taste anything like cauliflower.
Okay.
Can we talk about brands? Can we say brand names?
Sure. They're not paying us.
There is one. It's just the Safeway brand, and they make this cauliflower crust frozen pizza, and it is phenomenal. It is so good. It tastes like it came out of a pizza shop. I don't know why this one particular pizza. The rest of them I don't care about, but. That and California Kitchens makes excellent frozen pizza.
I don't know if I ever noticed them in Washington, but here I've seen them a few times, and I decided to try one last night. And it's a rectangular box. It's quite large, and it's got 9 bricks of pizza in it, and it's called Ellios, Ellios, something like that. I don't know if you've ever seen it before, if it's an East Coast thing, but that and it was like $3.64 for this 9 pieces, and once you break them apart and you put them on your tray, it's the size of a full pizza.
Wow.
That is probably the best cheap box pizza. Like if you're thinking of Celeste or those ones we used to have, Totino's. Way better than those. It was actually a great boxed pizza. Everything here in where I live, there's not much of a choice, so they might have other flavors, but all I could get was cheese. So I had to dress it up when I got home, a little extra cheese and some ham, and it was delicious.
Nice.
So,
I can't eat them anymore. The kids still like them, but I used to love them. Is the you can't beat them, the good old fashioned Stouffer's French bread pizzas.
Oh yeah, those are pretty delicious.
Yeah, and the ones where you have to pop them open, and then you have to rearrange the little pieces of pepperoni that are kind of half frozen in the cheese. Because they all fall to one side in the packaging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right.
Good stuff.
I got a couple jokes from the dark side today. All right. These are coming from Dark Side Humor. This is start your day with an early morning run is a great way to make sure your day can't get any worse than it started. Oh. That's the way I feel about running, though.
Right?
Yeah. Go out and jog? Why would I do that to start my day? That's horrible.
Is something chasing you?
Yeah.
Why would you run?
And then I've been batching it for a couple weeks now, and this one hit home. Naps hit different when you're using them to avoid being alive.
Wow. That is dark.
I don't like being a bachelor. I'm never going back. All right. Let's see. Back to those are a couple off the opposite of the cheat sheet. Here comes Chuck, though. Strange things you got when trick-or-treating. This was a list on social media. We'll see if we can add to it.
You know, and I can't think of anything specific that I've ever had or my kids have had, but I know there's been some interesting things. People run out of candy and they just start grabbing stuff from their pantry. I think last year the kids got a juice box.
Oh,
Which
that's not too
isn't
bad.
too
Might have
bad.
been thirsty.
No, that's okay.
I think you should break out the hot cocoa at that
Right?
point if you're out of candy.
I think hot cocoa would actually a packet of hot cocoa on Halloween would be
Yeah.
perfect. You know,
No, I'm talking give them an actual scalding cup of hot cocoa.
you know,
Maybe not. I'm sorry.
you know what we did when we lived in Tennessee because you know their alcohol laws are very slack. We would have two of the pump pots, you know, and we had one of them that was hot chocolate for the kids, and then we had another one where we did hot mulled wine.
Oh,
And we would for the parents that would come by, we would give them a little cup of hot mulled wine as they're hanging out trick or treating.
I've been here 3 times. Trick or treat.
You boil out most of the alcohol in that,
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Although sometimes we'll add a little extra sugar and a little more brandy on top of that. It's good for you.
All right. Very nice.
So anyway, these are some strange things people had when they went trick or treating. This person got an oatmeal packet.
You're eating breakfast at least.
String cheese.
No, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I can think of worse things.
Yeah.
A Bible with a note about how it's a sin to trick or treat.
Wow. Way to
Kids.
take the fun out of it.
Kids, get your eggs ready.
Wouldn't want to be at that house.
Right? A plastic Easter egg with change inside. Well, that's a good one. Get
No,
money?
it's not. That's
Money?
horrible.
Oh, when I was a kid, if I'd have
It's a
gotten that,
leftover.
oh, still, I would take the money. You could go buy yourself a candy bar you want.
Oh, well,
It
it depends how much money.
Unless
That's
it's
right.
like 5 pennies or something, then
Yeah.
again, you get a different kind of egg back.
Yeah.
A box of Band-Aids.
Prepared for slip and fall accidents or if a
Right.
car hits you.
What if it's like a partial use box?
An open box of Band-Aids. Ew.
That sounds like something my grandma would have done. And last one here, this one probably must have came from Bud and Diane's house. Dental floss.
I was wishing you wouldn't have named Bud because if you were just going to say must have came from a dentist, when you said it, then I was going to go an evil dentist.
Oh, no.
But now I can't. So
Bud
thanks
is-
a lot.
Bud is the sweetest dentist.
Yeah, he is. All right. Halloweenish trivia for Chuck. Don't read ahead.
Okay.
Close your
I'm not
eyes.
reading ahead.
I'm watching you on the camera. You're cheating.
No, I didn't look. I'm scrolling.
All right.
I didn't see it. I saw words on the page, but I didn't read them.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the fear of ghosts? Have you heard this before? It's a phobia.
No.
Fear of ghosts.
Casperphobia.
That's pretty good. Plasmophobia.
Plasmophobia. Ooh, I like that.
What surprising candy that a lot of people shame actually has fewer calories than a cup of raisins?
Candy corn.
Candy corn. Exactly right. I gave that away.
But it's so gross.
I don't know. I could tolerate a couple pieces, but yeah.
I've
To
had-
actually sit down and eat a bag of candy corn, that would be disgusting.
It's like wet sugar flavored. Yeah.
All right. It's illegal to sell a haunted house in New York without informing the buyer.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
I like that.
I've actually heard that other places. Yeah. That's pretty neat actually.
years and years ago, owned a bar and a restaurant. And I could swear it was haunted. So this was like a non-disclosure from the people we bought it from. And a guy comes into the restaurant one day and we're visiting and he says, so does a lot of weird stuff happen here? And I was like, why would you ask that? And he goes, well, you don't know the history of this place? And I'm like, no, I don't. And he goes, well, yeah. And I don't want to, gruesome people out, so I won't say what happened. But there was a death in the building.
Wow.
And then everything started to make even more creepy sense. Yeah.
We have we've never experienced anything in our house, but every time we've had a house sitter or somebody come and stay in the house while we're gone, every single one of them has said, "Holy cow, I can't wait to get out of here. Your house is haunted." And we're like,
apparently he likes us.
We've never had any experience. We had one younger gentleman. He stayed there in the house and showed us a picture of a bruise on. He woke up in the middle of the night, felt like something was grabbing his ankle, and he showed me a picture of a bruise in the shape of fingers on his ankle.
Ooh.
And he was terrified, and he never wanted to come and do it again because of that. Yeah. what was he doing while we were away?
In fact, that is Chuck's doorbell.
Right? Well, that's just old George. He's our security system.
All right. First, jack-o'-lanterns, Chuck, were not made out of pumpkins. What were they made out of?
Turnips.
How'd you know that?
Because I love Halloween, and that's the thing that I knew.
All right. So they're rather small. That's some serious carving going on there.
I've seen there are a few of them that are actually like really old, like vintage petrified ones that you can see in museums, and there's pictures of them online that are really, really cool looking. They get really creepy looking. Yeah.
I got to check that out now. It's my background next week.
Yep.
All right. Samhainophobia is the morbid fear of Halloween. Halloween's the biggest holiday of the year when it comes to candy sales, estimated around $2 billion. 1/4 of all candy sold each year is purchased between September 15th and November 10th. The Scots believe in kind of going along with Samhain, or so what some people, I'm pronouncing it, some people call it Samhain, some people call it Samhain. Samhainach, a goblin who came out on Halloween and stole children. That's what the Scottish believe. That's creepy.
Similar to Krampus.
Yes. What percentage of a pumpkin is water, Chuck?
I'm gonna go with 85%.
You're so close. 90% of the
90%.
pumpkin
Wow.
is water.
I almost said 89. That would have been really close.
All right. 80% of kids say their favorite Halloween candy is in one of these two categories. Let's see if Chuck can guess them.
Well, it's gonna be chocolate. Probably,
yes.
Probably is number one. I prefer chocolate and gummies myself.
Oh, you're kind of, you had the right word in there. It was chocolate or gum. I'll go give you half credit on that.
Oh, okay.
I have to agree with that too.
Actually, you know what? My wife, every year I show up, I get one of those bags of the mixed Tootsie Rolls, with all the different flavors, which are my absolute favorite. I love them. And
the red ones, the best.
red ones with cherry. Yeah, the little cherry Tootsie Rolls. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And my wife was like, "You're gonna get our house egg. Don't give kids Tootsie Rolls." And I'm like, "But I love the Tootsie Rolls, so I buy them for myself."
Nice.
I like taking the vanilla ones and twisting them. Like you take like one of those with like an orange or with a lime or something, and you twist them together and you eat those together. So it's like a creamsicle.
Ooh. So the white Tootsie Roll is a mixer.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Are pumpkins fruits or vegetables?
Pumpkin they're neither, aren't they? They're a gourd, right? They're a squash.
You would think so, but it says that pumpkins are actually classified as a fruit, not a vegetable.
Because the seeds are on the inside, right?
I guess so.
Well, I don't know.
Good call. There you go. I bet you that's it.
Vegetables have the seeds inside too, right?
Yeah. 51% of all American adults believe in this.
Ghosts.
Very good. Americans consume about 20 million pounds of candy corn each year. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And 99% of pumpkins sold in the U.S. are used to make jack-o'-lanterns. 99.
That's insane.
All right. Marion jumps in for the candy corn, says the whole bag is the best, and I will not kiss you after that. Oh man, there she is. She's got her candy corn breath again.
There's a couple of them out there that actually taste good. That are I just consider them candy shaped like candy corns. They're not the real thing.
Oh, why don't they make them in different flavors? That would jazz it up a little bit.
I know, right? At least try to make them appetizing. I guess that's sort of the thrill of it. Is they kind of taste like nothing.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, and you don't eat other things. Oh, I love this. It's candy corn flavor.
Right?
Yeah, never heard that. All right, what trick-or-treating kids know that you may not with Chuck Ritchie?
Yeah. So the cuter our costumes, the more candy we get. Well, I mean, that's a given, right?
Yeah.
And this was always what we used as a kid. Pillowcases hold twice as much plastic grocery bags and 3 times as much plastic orange pumpkins.
They hold twice as much as those things.
Sorry. It holds as much as. They do. And, our kids go out and we tried, we started getting the pumpkins and stuff years ago. And they're like, nah, give me the pillowcase. It's bigger. And they've had a...
Plus, if you're small enough, you can crawl in it when it's done and eat all that candy.
Except for during COVID, we got the things on the big long stick, with the bag, and they would... It was fun.
That's funny.
Oh, good times during COVID. Handing out candy is like serving wine at a party. People serve the good stuff first and save the not-so-good stuff for later. The longer you stay out on Halloween night, the worse the candy gets.
True story.
Then you end up with Twizzlers and candy corn. Lots of decorations in the front yard means good candy. They spend a lot on Halloween.
Oh yeah. That's a good one to key in on.
Mm-hmm. It's always better to choose your candy than to have someone else choose it for you.
Oh yeah.
Do you do that?
I like it when they hold it out and you get to pick.
Do you do that? Do you hold it out and let the kids pick, or do you just give them?
I let them pick. Unless I'm getting low, then I'll hand it out.
Yeah, we generally give a variety, but I think this year, like I said, we're going to do whole candy bars, so we're going to probably let the kids pick.
Wow.
We have whole candy bars, and we have these great big giant gummy tarantulas.
Apparently the station's paying you too much.
No, they're not.
Let me write that down.
Chuck
gets to give out whole
We're gonna have to take
candy
out a small
bars.
loan for this Halloween.
All right.
When parents chaperone, moms say, "Be careful and remember your manners." Dads say, "What'd you get?" And last one here: dads stay out later than moms.
True story.
That is true.
Yeah, kids always want dad to go trick-or-treating with. Plus, we're a better protector, I think.
Yeah. I don't know.
Although there was one Halloween, and I'm taking Lindsay wants to go to this haunted house. Me and a bunch of my friends are going. We're taking our kids. And as soon as the scary stuff, we're not even in the main building yet. We're just kind of going through the foyer, but scary sounds are starting to happen. Mm-hmm. And I had this buddy that was 6.5 feet tall and built like a brick wall.
Wow.
And my daughter as soon as the scary sound went off, she's 6, right? She immediately throws my hand away and grabs his. Just traded dads.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. My dad's a large man.
All right, but I remind her of that every Halloween. Remember when you threw my hand away?
My dad's a large man. I remember one year for Halloween he did a Frankenstein costume, and it wasn't just a mask; it was actual prosthetics and glued on. And we always had sound effects that would play, and we always had a good stereo system in the house. And my dad would always crank it up. And one year the doorbell rang, and it was windy. It's still in Kennewick, and he opened the door, and the wind caught the door, and it just flew open, and he was standing there right as the sound effect went. Roar! And this little girl was standing there, and she went backwards off the front step and down into the yard on her back. She was okay. She landed in the grass. She was okay, but that poor girl.
That's a great way to get sued.
She screamed, and then she got up and ran out of the yard screaming.
Yeah.
And ran to her
Most people
parents.
don't know that your homeowner's insurance is violated and canceled just for Halloween.
Well, it was the 80s. Nobody cared.
Okay. All right. That was just a joke anyways.
I know.
All right. Freaky facts for Halloween. Mm-hmm. All right. This one, Invisible Man outfit's not a good idea.
I'm invisible. Can you see me? Yes.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
2 hands there, son. Maybe you should put some shorts on or something.
Yeah, don't do that. All right, smallest bat weighs less than a penny. The largest has a wingspan of 20 feet.
The fruit bat. Or it's a type of fruit bat, yeah.
Fruit bat has 20-foot wingspan?
One of them, a couple of them, yeah. A couple of them are huge, but they look like the cutest, most adorable little puppy dogs.
A 20-foot wingspan, it could carry me away.
I know, right?
All right. Vampires are part of an ancient myth about shapeshifters who change their form. Vampires supposedly change into bats. The Australian funnel web spider can drive its quarter-inch fangs through your fingernail with a single bite. Don't pick one up.
Reason number 2,368 to never live in Australia.
Vampire bats in Central America are actually bloodsuckers. They feast mainly on cattle, though. Mm-hmm. We hope.
Right?
We hope. The mask used by Michael Myers in the original Halloween was actually a Captain Kirk mask painted white.
Mm-hmm.
Black cats were once believed to be a witch's assistants who protected their powers. I have a very aggressive housefly in the studio.
I keep thinking you're waving at me or something.
I'm not waving at you. There's nothing wrong.
Hey.
He
Every time you do that,
me.
I keep looking down at the monitor. It's like, oh, what's going on?
I must stink. That's all I can think. Let's see, where did I leave off? I was so distracted. Orange and black are Halloween colors because orange represents the fall harvest and black is associated with darkness.
Oh.
Right. Let's see, more than 35 million pounds of candy corn will be produced this year. That equates to nearly 9 billion pieces, enough to circle the moon 4 times if laid end to end. There's a job for you, Chuck.
Wow. 9 pieces of candy corn end to end is too much.
Way too much. Way too much. All right. It's not uncommon for people to be afraid of Halloween. In fact, there's a name for this fear, Samanophobia or Samanophobia, however you want to say that. I didn't know.
As opposed to the fear of fish is salmonophobia. No.
Salmonellaphobia? Let's see. Last thing we got for bits and breaks today. Oh, we've got 2 more. Last one, though, for Chuck. Things a man should never do past 30.
That's right. A lot of these are very, very true. And I think these apply to both of us, Scott.
Okay.
You should never coin your own nickname after 30.
Okay.
Well, and unless you're like a DJ or something and need a name, a professional name, I guess.
Like, was it Old Mark tonight? Old Mike?
Old man Mark. Yeah.
Old Man Mark, new DJ tonight.
I'm excited about it. He's a really great guy. He is so excited to do this show. He told me it's been his lifelong dream to host his own radio show.
Wow.
So we're fulfilling dreams here, Scott.
Oh, it's amazing. Yay.
Right?
It's magic.
It is. Right. After 30, you should never use a wallet that is fastened with Velcro.
So glad I don't.
This one I disagree with because why not? You should never skip.
Man, I can skip like nothing else, too.
Can you?
I mean, I have very few physical talents, but I can skip like crazy.
Really?
Get out of the... Maybe it's because I'm tiny and elf-like.
You put your ears on and skip around the forest.
Wow.
It's good exercise,
Yeah. These are the 2 things I can do. I can skip, and I can do that Fred Astaire sideways where you like dance sideways across the dance floor. Only 2 physical things I can do.
Wow. Okay, we need video, Scott. Video
All
proof.
Right.
Okay.
At my age, I'm afraid to do the sideways dance now, though, because if I trip, I probably won't get up.
After 30, you should never let your father do your taxes. Let your wife do it. You should never name your pets after Middle-earth characters.
If it's a Chihuahua and you're calling him Frodo, I'm okay with that one.
Right? See that? Name your pet whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I actually do this all the time, so I'm breaking this one. You should never give shout-outs.
Why?
I don't understand that one. Like,
okay.
Shout out to my wife. I don't do that. Oh, yeah, this one's kind of tacky. You should never jokingly flash gang signs.
I don't know what gang signs actually are, so I just pretend. So
yeah.
I'll stop.
You might really offend somebody.
Yeah.
or get yourself shot.
Wouldn't be the first time I didn't know what I was doing.
And this one, I don't think anyone under 30 ever actually does this. You should never wear Disney-themed neckties.
Is a SpongeBob necktie okay?
That's Nickelodeon, yes. That
All
gets
right,
approval.
right. Because I should have worn it, my SpongeBob necktie with this shirt and with my background being SpongeBob's apartment.
There you go. That would have been nice. That would've been good. You are wearing your beach theme shirt, so that's good.
I am, and I'm underwater, so.
There you go. Some of these I disagree with, like this next one says you should never eat Oreo cookies in stages.
What if people are looking?
How else are you supposed to eat them? You don't just eat the whole thing all at once like a monster.
I do.
Actually, I do too. I just take a bite out of it. I don't care. You should never sleep on a bare mattress.
That's disgusting.
It is gross.
I saw that in somebody's house one time, that they were sleeping on a bare mattress, and it looked like sodas had been and other things had been spilled all over it, and I was just like, ew, ew.
Right? Yeah. This next one, I always wonder about the people that do this, what their wife actually thinks about how you've just ruined your proposal. You should never propose via the stadium jumbotron. I guess if you're both big fans and, if it's for both of you, but if it's like, like the husband, like, the guy drags her along and she's not really interested, or even vice versa, and she's just kind of there to support you and what you want, and then you do it during the show, during the game on the jumbotron.
It's kind of embarrassing and awkward. So yeah.
Yeah, it seems. I guess to some people that's romantic. I don't see it, but you should never call shotgun.
But what if it's like all the guys and you're going out?
Right. And in addition to
I
that,
think that's appropriate.
Right. I agree. And in addition to that, you should never dispute someone else's call of shotgun.
There you go.
Yeah. Unless it's like your car and somebody else is driving you, like, no, this is my car, I get shotgun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? This is not. It says you should never purchase fireworks. What? No.
Who's gonna buy it then? Come on. Who wrote this? Scott, you wrote this? No, I bought a box of fireworks that said this on the side.
Release the Kraken.
I was like, I'm buying that one. I don't care. It's $50. I'm buying it.
Although the way things have been around here the last few Julys, I don't think anybody should be buying fireworks around here. Say you should never say 2 points every time you throw something in the trash can. You should never put less than $10 worth of gas in the tank.
Oh, unless you're returning your friend's car.
Well, I mean, but I put gas in it before I brought it back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 20 years ago, that meant something different than it does now.
Yeah, it's like 2 gallons.
Yeah,
now.
that'll get you home from the gas station. Last but not least, you should never own a vanity plate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Unless it's really clever.
Right?
Maybe.
The vanity plates are something. Sometimes you see one, like you said, that's really clever, and it kind of makes you smile. And sometimes you're like, why would you do that? But each their own.
All right. I've got one of my features. I've changed the name to take some of the grossness out of it because people have complained, and I've heard them boo when I say it's time for what Scott thinks about in the shower.
What?
So we're changing it up to what Scott thinks about in the hot tub. Much better.
I like it.
All right. First thing I thought is, during COVID, the pickpocket industry probably had a really hard time.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a dying industry.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Definitely on a downhill slide.
Yep.
All right. The number of guys that sit when they pee must have exploded when smartphones came out.
Honey, you've been in there for half an hour.
I'm playing casino games. All right. We have fun. We have phones with folding screens, personal drones, jetpacks, and we can fly things to Mars. Yet printers seem to still be as user-friendly as they were in the 90s.
Yeah, even less so.
Yeah, see, deep thoughts from the hot tub. Also, as I was floating in the hot tub, I thought aquatic animals have no concept of falling over. As my head went under the water accidentally. All right. Dropping money isn't considered littering because someone always picks it up. No fine for that.
True.
Yeah.
You could test that theory by driving in front of the radio station and throwing cash out the window.
Yes, it works too.
Yeah.
Good idea, Chuck.
Thanks. I'm full of them.
All right. Driving is one of the few things that's easier in real life than in video games.
Right?
It's true. Driving in video games is hard.
It is.
All right. When you finally find that missing sock, there's a strong chance that I'll have lost the one I already had.
Every time.
Yeah. There needs to be more pets named Peeve. This is my pet Peeve.
I love that.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Some of us are still it from when we played tag as kids. I wonder if I am.
I probably am.
It?
I hated tag as a kid. I was a chunky kid. And I wasn't very fast. I could never catch anybody. I was always it. And we just ran around.
Just picturing you running around in circles, unable to catch anybody.
It was pretty much me running around until I ran out of breath and said, "All right, I quit." Yeah.
Last one that I thought about in the hot tub this morning. One single hair on the head is not a big deal, but in your soup it is, or in the hot tub. Ew. Yeah, there you go. All right, things Scott thinks about in the hot tub. Yay! All right, moving along this section of goofy stuff. We'll get serious here.
Okay.
Chuck, let's have you roll out some events through the weekend and on the community calendar. What we got to look forward to.
Yeah. So today is free pickleball from 9 a.m. to 11:30 up at the golf course. I think the golf course is closing soon. I don't remember. I know Sharon talked about when that date was. I don't remember off the top of my head when that is.
It was real soon. I was surprised. So
I think it's like the end of next week or something, isn't it?
It's very soon. So hit their website. At ChihuahuaGolf.com.
Yeah. We will figure that out. Then the Halloween haunted house is over at Bradley's Taekwondo. That's going to be tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. And all funds from that go to support Bradley's Taekwondo. If you bring a can of food or something or an item for the food bank, you get a discounted ticket price. So that's pretty cool. Then tomorrow,
one thing I've always wanted to do in a haunted house is play hide and seek.
Oh yeah,
just saying.
I actually had a
sorry.
I had a job, an actual paid job, working in a haunted house for a while one time. And that was one of the coolest jobs I've ever had, besides this one. And we actually had a whiteboard in the back. It was a list of how many people we made pee their pants, how many people we made do the other side. There were a list of how many people we made vomit, and how many people ran out screaming. And
wow.
Yeah, and there was a tally, and none of them ever did not have a check mark by the end of the night. And it was a big one. It took about 45 minutes to get from one end to the other.
You need to grow up.
That's horrible.
It was. But it was a lot of fun.
We're not doing that though. This year.
No. And then Saturday up at the golf course is a murder mystery dinner. This is going to be at the Rusty Putter. The Chihuahua Golf and Country Club presents a murder mystery dinner. It's a special night of whodunit, and everyone is a suspect. That's going to be the 21st on Saturday from 4:30 to 7. There's going to be dinner. The pre-sale tickets are available at Rusty Putter or the Chamber of Commerce. They recommend getting your tickets now because the seating is limited.
Okay.
So yeah, and that's going to be up there at the Rusty Putter. Then the Front Porch Farm, they are doing their annual cider pressing on Saturday from noon to 4. So it's kind of a fun, cool event there. And then the Valley Warriors Against Cancer are having their spaghetti dinner from 5 to 9 p.m. That's going to be at the Drop Tine in Valley, or the Valley Drop Tine, I believe it's called.
Okay.
And that's going to be a benefit to help fight cancer. And there's going to be a spaghetti dinner, live auction. There's a dessert auction. And there are KISS tickets for the KISS is coming here in November for the at the Climate Pledge Arena. Is that in Spokane or is that in Seattle? Do you know? The Climate
I
Pledge
do
Arena.
not know. I don't keep up on Kiss concerts.
Well, I was just wondering about the Climate Pledge Arena. I'm not sure where that is.
Oh, I don't know either.
Must be in Seattle, maybe. I don't know. Okay. But anyway, they're having an auction to auction off some Kiss tickets. So, so that's pretty cool. It should be a pretty mellow show, I would imagine, at this point.
Actually, you know, there's I've seen them. I didn't enjoy it. But Marion has seen them, and she thought it was one of the best shows ever. They do put on a pretty good stage show, even now. Lots of special effects, explosions, arms that come out over the crowd with, you know, Gene Simmons spitting at you and things like that. So if you enjoy that type of stuff.
Ew, Gene Simmons, stop spitting on everybody.
Yes.
And then you mentioned this yesterday, and I've been doing it on the daily announcements. The Valley Historical Society has opened their Raise the Roof fundraising campaign for the Little White Schoolhouse. They raise money for the schoolhouse's roof, and the sooner they can get the roof done, the sooner they can complete the restoration of the schoolhouse, and they're going to open it as a museum and a small art gallery for the community.
All right, very nice.
So that's pretty cool. You can get those. They have a GoFundMe online. The link can be found on their Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Little White Schoolhouse. And right there's the link. You can also go to, for more information, you can also go to the Valley Historical Society Facebook page.
Okay.
So it's a cool thing. They've been doing a lot of work over there on that schoolhouse.
Yes.
It's a pretty cool project. They have it over in the Valley Fairgrounds now. They have a permanent lease for the building right there in the fairgrounds.
Yay.
Yeah. So they've really done a lot of, and it's I don't know if you've ever been over there before you left, but it's pretty cool. They've done a good job. It really looks nice. It's a fun place to go visit.
I know it was a big deal for them just getting it moved.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was huge. So, got to preserve our
All
history.
right. Anything else you got there, Chuck?
No, that's about it. There's
Through the weekend?
Yeah, that's it through the weekend, unless we want to go into next week.
Well, we throw out a couple things that are probably important. There's a blood drive on Wednesday, the 25th, and that is going to happen at the Civic Center between 1 and 6.
Yes.
A lot of Halloween stuff coming up next weekend. As you were talking about Bradley's Taekwondo, they're going to be doing their haunted house again, plus adding in a kids' haunted house at a different location.
Yeah, that location is 710 West Valley Avenue in Chewelah.
And there's a lot of stuff going on that weekend. I know there's a Legacy Farm and Stables having a Halloween thing. Rusty Putter Trunk or Treat going on the 28th as well. And then, of course, Halloween Haunted House and Boo Fest on the actual 31st. And a couple of the churches, I think Abundant Life, having a harvest party as well. So a bunch of stuff to do as fall winds in here
and
over
I think,
the next couple of weeks.
I think next Saturday there's a Halloween party at the casino, too.
All right.
Which would be kind of fun.
All right. Let's move on then to trivia. Before we go to break, we'll pose a couple questions to Chuck.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
They're all gonna laugh at you! They're all gonna laugh at you!
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Quickly, Chuck, quickly.
Quickly.
All right. Not so quick. You will give you a few seconds.
Okay.
First trivia question coming your way. Half of all men and a quarter of all women don't know what about their spouse?
Their past dating history.
Ooh, I don't know. Sometimes you talk about that kind of stuff.
I think that's
this would be something personal that you might need to know if you were shopping or wanted to buy him a gift. But typically I would think men and women don't buy these kind of things for each other or their spouse.
Your underwear size.
No. Lower.
Lower. Your the type of socks you like to wear?
Shoe size, Chuck. Shoe size.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea what my wife's shoe size is.
I don't know.
Or my
they're
kids.
Huge.
I don't even know.
Although he was already out of office, John Quincy Adams was the first U.S. president to be what?
To be
to
put
test
on
your knowledge
to be
of
put on a
history.
coin.
No, this was something that was back in that day. It was brand new a brand new technology that we take for granted now. Anybody can do it, but it was brand new technology, and he was the first one to have this done to him with the brand new technology.
Wow. To have surgery? No.
No.
To go out on the radio?
No. Older than all that.
Older than all that.
Not an older than surgery, but old. And I said it was a piece of technology. One of the very first times this was happening, that this could happen. We take it for granted now, but he was the first president to have this done.
To have a smartphone.
No, but you're just not quite there thinking it through. He was the first president to be photographed.
To be photographed. Oh.
Yeah, I was trying to give you some hints there with technology and stuff.
Yeah.
You got to be versed probably on presidents too.
Yeah, everyone on Facebook is probably like photograph.
Yeah. I've got to answer wrong and win, but we're going to save that one on till the end and bring you a couple other questions. 56% of Americans, 75% of Canadians have done this in a lake.
Skinny dipped.
Yes. Heidi Klum, Shania Twain, and Amazon.com founder Jeff Bezos have all worked at this business when they were young.
Blockbuster Video.
Not that good.
Not that good. McDonald's.
Yeah. According to studies, the smell of pumpkin pie is the most arousing to women, followed by lavender, cucumber, and what?
Cinnamon?
No, it's one I complain about all the time.
Perfume?
It's a type of perfume. A certain scent.
Patchouli.
That's one. What's the second one?
Rose? Or flower?
Baby powder. Baby powder perfume or spray or anything like that. A guaranteed asthma attack for anyone around you with asthma. Never use it.
Oh, wow.
I'd sooner you smoked and blew it in my face.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Each day, about 500 cubic feet of air pass through what?
your lungs.
And where does it exit?
Your mouth. Your tongue.
Well, if you're a mouth breather.
Your nose. Your nose.
Nose. Now go ahead, be a mouth breather. It's
the nose.
All right. And tough spy the lie. Okay.
Okay.
President Dwight D. Eisenhower was a skilled chef famous for his vegetable soup. In 1976, Iceland and England severed diplomatic relations over ownership of a dinosaur's bones. Officials in Frankfurt, Germany once considered fitting dogs with ID plates so passerbys could notify police the identity of pets who pooped on the pavement.
Ooh, that last one's a good idea. But I
Which
think
one's a lie?
But I think it's a lie. I think the one of the dog ID is a lie.
No, it's true.
Oh, okay.
Germans are angry about that stuff. Also, President Dwight Eisenhower was a skilled chef. It wasn't over ownership of dinosaur bones that Iceland and England severed diplomatic relations. It was over fishing rights.
That makes sense.
A little bit more sense. All right, just a couple more, Chuck.
Okay.
The average one of these stocks 40,000 products. Average one of these stocks 40,000 products.
The average Walmart.
You're close, but I'm not going to take that.
Is it a specific store? Or is it
It is not a specific store, but Walmart is too all-encompassing to be the correct answer.
Box stores. Chain stores.
Different kind of store.
Department stores?
This kind of store could be in a box store or a chain store.
A pharmacy?
Looking for grocery stores.
Grocery stores.
Average grocery store carries 40,000 products. You're working your way around it, though, which is still okay.
Yeah.
The ones that women have today are twice the size of their mothers. What are they? Be good, Chuck.
Their houses.
This is something that's given to them. So the ones that women get today are twice the size of the ones their moms got.
Wedding rings.
Yes.
Oh.
And you're bankrupt now.
Yeah.
7% of inmates in state and federal prisons have this in common. Just 7% of inmates have this in common.
They've been in there more than once.
No. It's the type of person they are.
The type of person they are.
Yeah. Can't give you any more than that. They'll give it away.
Is it the type of person? Is it like a race thing or?
It is not a race thing.
Okay. 7% are women?
Yes,
okay.
Chuck.
Wow.
There you go. So women don't commit as many crimes.
Or they're smarter at us and better
Which
at not
means
getting caught.
they probably don't cheat as much. Maybe a little more honest because there's a lot less, or there's more savvy at being crooked.
That's what I think.
I think it might be time for a female president.
Right? I think so. It's about time.
We got way better odds. Way better odds. Because 93% of the people in prisons are men.
Right. And I would think
All right.
93% of our presidents have been criminals. So that works out.
United States is 5% of the world's population, but 70% of the world's this is a job category. All right. So we have 5% of the world's population, but 70% of the number of these type of people in these type of jobs.
Politicians.
You're close. Almost as hated as politicians. A lot of politicians were these.
Attorneys, lawyers.
Yes.
Yep.
Sorry. I have known good attorneys, so sorry. That's not fair to lump you in with all the bad people. But that's what we do here in America.
Yep.
So get over it. We're going to wrap it up right here with Chuck's chance to answer wrong and win, but he can never seem to get past his urge to give you the correct answer. Let's see how he does today.
Okay.
All right?
I'm ready.
Few questions, give me wrong answers.
Okay.
First, what kind of game would you play with a dog?
Jeopardy.
If you had one of those pads that they have for dogs now where they can answer your questions with yes, no, maybe, and
we
different
have those, and they were actually working really well, but the dogs wouldn't stop picking them up and chewing on them like toys. So we had to put them up, but they were working.
All right. Yeah. Name something you dip chicken nuggets in.
Coffee.
I wonder if anybody's ever tried that.
I bet they have.
Would you mind telling me whose brain I did put in?
And you won't be angry?
I will not be angry.
Abby someone.
Mm-hmm.
Abby someone.
Abby Normal.
On a side note, that is the movie we'll be watching with my kids on Halloween.
Yes, great Halloween movie.
It is.
What U.S. state has 4 S's in its name?
Mississippi. Oh, God.
Oh, there he goes.
I did it again. Why do I do that?
Wow.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Should have played this.
You can do it!
But all you get to do now, Chuck, is smile and wave.
Smile and wave, boy. Smile and wave.
Ohio. Ohio.
There you go, Ohio. What'd you say?
Would you mind saying that again?
Idaho?
That's frightfully interesting. We pronounce it Ohio.
All right. What's something you use to gather up leaves, Chuck?
My children's stuffed animals.
I think like salad tongs.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Oh, yeah. I'm out raking with my salad tongs. All right. When we come back, local birthdays all the way through the weekend. And we always wrap up your morning show with the odd news. Stay right here. Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
All you have to do is blend in and act like you belong here.
Well, hello.
We seem to be playing tag.
Or maybe hide and seek, huh? See, it's like a game. Yeah, a game of hide and seek, except the gold is never to be found, ever.
You need to grow up.
It's 8:19.
Programming made possible by donations from the following.
Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at CheWelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at CheWelahFlooring@gmail.com.
Chewelah Motel and RV Park. Chewelah Motel and RV Park, located at 301 South Park Street in Chewelah, offers 14 single or double rooms, each with a refrigerator and microwave, in-room coffee station, Wi-Fi, cable, and 58-inch screen television. 2 Airbnb options are available, both with full kitchens, coffee, and a 65-inch smart TV. They also feature 26 full hookup RV spots with 30-amp service. For reservations, they can be reached at 509-935-4763 or CheWelahMotelandRVPark.com. Chewelah Motel and RV Park, 301 South Park Street in Chewelah.
Your KCHW morning show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chewelah, 102.7 FM.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, October 20th, 2023. I'm Farah Siddiqui. President Joe Biden made a direct appeal to the American people to continue funding Ukraine and Israel amid their war efforts in an Oval Office address Thursday. CNN reports the primetime address took place on the eve of the White House requesting more than $100 billion from Congress to deliver aid and resources to Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, and the U.S. border with Mexico. Some Missourians fear an increase in hate crimes in the wake of a 6-year-old's murder in Illinois this week. The U.S. Department of Justice's current hate crime fact sheet finds religion-based hate crimes in Missouri have more than doubled since 2019. But Captain Corey Carlisle of the Kansas City Police Department says there's no immediate safety concerns for Kansas City metro area residents.
If we receive any information that there is a potential for violence towards a certain person, place, or thing, KCPD will implement extra patrol and security measures to ensure the safety of all of our community members.
On Thursday, the Council on American Islamic Relations, or CARE, canceled its 29th annual banquet. The hotel scheduled to host the event this weekend in Arlington, Virginia, has received multiple threats targeting the hotel, its staff, CARE, and the American Muslims. Our report is taking a closer look at how states across the country are managing redistricting policies, and it shows the battleground state of Arizona has done okay overall. Alex Gonzalez has more.
The national watchdog group Common Cause gives Arizona a B- for the work the Arizona Independent Redistricting Commission has achieved in drawing congressional and state legislative maps, but adds it's not a reason for the commission to get complacent. Program Director for Common Cause of Arizona, Jenny Guzman, says the AIRC can be a lot stronger younger and more independent.
The way the current Arizona Redistricting Commission works is in order to appoint commissioners, the first few have to be appointed by the Arizona State Party leaders.
The state constitution requires the commissioners be composed of 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats, and an independent chairperson. While the Arizona State Legislature can make recommendations to the AIRC, the commission does have the last word.
And Breast Cancer Awareness Month brings light to the financial burden accompanying a cancer diagnosis. Our Shantia Hudson has more on how groups are helping families with needed resources.
Coastal Credit Union, the American Cancer Society, and King Realty have organized Connected for a Cure, an event to provide families with financial knowledge for navigating what to do after a diagnosis. Tracy Smith with the American Cancer Society says the diagnosis is devastating, but so is the financial impact.
Cancer can start from $250,000 all the way up to millions of dollars.
Smith says finding a balance between self-care and meeting basic needs is a primary concern for most families, and Connected for a Cure will equip them with the tools they need while providing people with healthcare resources. The event is scheduled for tomorrow from 10 a.m. to noon at Coastal Credit Union Midtown Park at North Hills.
This is Public News Service. Maternal mortality or death from pregnancy-related issues nearly doubled in the U.S. between 2018 and 2021, and a person who's Black is 3 times more likely to die from these issues than one who's white. Deborah Van Fleet has more.
Nebraska ranked 17th for maternal mortality, with a higher rate than the national average during those years. Ashley Spivey heads the organization I Be Black Girl, which works in Nebraska for reproductive justice. She says data shows some practitioners take Black patients' complaints of pain less seriously.
How can we make sure medical practitioners, no matter if they're the OB or the phlebotomist, are getting cultural awareness training, that they're being in tune to the experiences of all the different types of patients that they're seeing, especially their Black patients.
Awareness-raising events during this Black Maternal Health Month will culminate with a Reproductive Justice Summit on October 27th.
A new report finds plumes of so-called forever chemicals from Department of Defense installations are located dangerously close to groundwater sources.
In New York, 13 installations that belong to 3 branches of the U.S. Armed Forces and the Defense Logistics Agency are in proximity to primary drinking water sources. Cleanup is underway on the majority of them, with remediation plans for the others being developed. Jared Hayes with the Environmental Working Group describes where the chemicals came from.
The historic use of firefighting foam containing PFAS, known as AFFF. These foams were used for decades, primarily to put out oil and gas fires or aviation fires.
Several methods, such as granular activated carbon and reverse osmosis, have shown success in removing PFAS from drinking water, but they don't break down these chemicals. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
And a new initiative will provide first-time students from Arkansas with what's being described as a debt-free pathway to college education. Our Danielle Smith has the details.
Arkansas has the 3rd lowest rate of bachelor degree attainment in the country. The UCA Commitment Program is an attempt to improve that figure. University President Houston Davis says students' financial demands may differ, but there are options available to pay off their outstanding balances.
For a student that, let's imagine maybe that's $3,000 of unmet need for a term, they would have the opportunity to also have a work study assignment that could allow them to, again, not have to take out a loan, not have to put down a credit card to be able to cover those mandatory tuition and fees for that term.
Davis says the first class of UCA commitment students will start next fall, and the school has already noticed an increase in applications from high school seniors. He adds that students are required to fill out their FAFSA and Arkansas Challenge grant forms before the UCA commitment funding would kick in.
This is Farah Siddiqui for Public News Service, member and listener supported, heard on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform, and you can find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show for part 2 here with Chuck Ritchie and Scott Allen.
I should probably turn up my microphone.
Yeah, that probably helps.
Yeah, it probably helps. All right, welcome back. Thank you for being here this morning. All right, thank you. Carrie logged on today, and she shares, I got to give her some kudos and a big thank you because she shares our morning show every morning.
Oh, and who is
trying
this?
to get her name's Carrie. That's enough. I don't have permission to say her last name, but she just she logs onto Facebook and onto the show, and then she shares the link for the morning show every day. So a round of applause for Carrie. She knows who she is.
Thank you so much.
All right, Chuck, you have our local birthdays ready to go all the way through the weekend.
I do. I have them right here, Scott. So today we have. It's a little dark in here. Justin Lane, Chad Chalmers, Amy Kirsch, it looks like. Yeah. Tyler Van Doren, Zachary Katie all have birthdays today.
Okay.
And there's a little star, and it says military service, and I'm not really sure. It looks like I haven't really seen that much in this calendar. Do you know what that is, Scott?
I do not know what the star signifies.
Well, anyways, we have Shane, it looks like Kilfner, is that right?
Okay.
The writing is very small. With a star from military service. So
okay.
And then on the weekend again with the star is Madeline Kilfner. Kilfner, Cilfner.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. And then on the 29th, we know her, we love her. Margie Walters has a birthday on Sunday. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Right.
I skipped ahead to next week. I was looking at the 29th. This is the 22nd. The 22nd is Paul Setti. We also know and love Paul Setti.
Oh, there you go.
Ken Kirsch and Aria White. I'm sorry, I skipped ahead, Margie, but next weekend is Margie's birthday, everybody. Start shopping now.
We love to see them around town, point and laugh, tell them we talked about them or fumbled over their names on the radio.
Right? Mm-hmm. It was bad today.
Yeah, wow, Chuck.
Yeah, I know, right?
Celebrity birthdays. We'll see if I can do any better. Just a few of them. Danny Boyle from Slumdog Millionaire and Trainspotting, 67. Viggo Mortensen is 65. Viggo was in a lot of movies. He was in the Lord of the Rings, too.
He was, yeah.
Vice President Kamala Harris, 59. Sonny Hostin from The View, 55. Snoop Dogg, 52. Actor, comedian Dan Fogler from Fantastic Beasts and The Walking Dead is 47. John Krasinski is 44. And Jennifer Nicole Freeman from My Wife and Kids, 38. Skipping ahead to Saturday, let's see, celebrity birthdays. Judge Judy is 81. Charlotte Caffey of the Go-Go's turning 70. Catherine Hardwicke from Twilight is 68. Ken Watanabe from The Last Samurai and other movies, 64. Jeremy Miller turning 47. He was on. He played Ben Seaver on Growing Pains. Mm-hmm. Andrew Scott from the Bond film Spectre. Doesn't have an age on that one. And then Kim Kardashian, 43. Amber Rose, 40. Country star Kane Brown is 30. And rapper Doja Cat is 28. For Sunday, celebrity birthdays. Got a few of them. Jeff Goldblum, he's got a unmistakable voice, turning 71. Christopher Lloyd from the Back to the Future films, 85.
The guy I wish was my grandpa.
He'd be a great grandpa to have, wouldn't he?
Would.
That crazy look on his face.
Yeah.
Comedian Carlos Mencia, 56. Reggae singer Shaggy, 55. Let's see, Michael Fishman from Roseanne, 42. Corey Hawkins from The Walking Dead and Straight Outta Compton is 35. Jonathan Lipnicki from Jerry Maguire, 33. And let's see, I can't even say your name. Sofia Vasilyeva is 31. I messed that one up big time. There's your celebrity birthdays through the weekend as well. How about some highlights from history, Chuck Ritchie?
Yeah. So this day in 1955, The Return of the King, the last part of The Lord of the Rings, was published. Right. In 1968, former First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy married Greek shipping tycoon Aristotle Onassis. Funny story. We actually have. So he had a very famous yacht. It was an old Greek military boat that he had converted into a luxury yacht that sank off the coast of California.
Ouch!
And my parents have a coffee table that is one of the doors from that ship.
Wow!
From Aristotle, yeah, from his. And there's a movie coming out later this year about that ship.
All right.
So yeah. 1977, a plane carrying Lynyrd Skynyrd crashed in Mississippi, killing lead singer Ronnie Van Zant. And guitarist Steve Gaines, along with backup singer Cassie Gaines, and the road manager, the pilot, and the co-pilot.
That's sad.
Yeah, definitely a day that will live in infamy. In 1979, the John F. Kennedy Library opened in Boston, Massachusetts. Then in 1992, the first World Series game to be played outside the United States, the host Toronto Blue Jays beat the Atlanta Braves 3-2. There you go, Canada. 2004, a U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Ivan Chip Frederick pleaded guilty to abusing Iraqi detainees at Abu Dhabi. We all remember that. 2006, a British woman who claimed to have been dumped by her cheating husband dumped his entire wardrobe for sale on eBay. The furious mother of two said she would take cash or swap the items for a decent single man. The clothes came from her husband's closet, but she advised buyers that some items might be slightly damp due to them being chucked out of the window. Yeah.
Revenge is a meal best served immediately.
Mm-hmm. One of my best friends in high school got a beautiful classic 1960s Chevelle Malibu for the same reason, for very cheap.
Oh.
Yeah. Legally his. The guy tried to fight it and didn't win. 2011, the former. I'm going to skip that one.
Thank you.
2017, the Pixar animated film Coco, the first 9-figure budget film with an all-Latino cast, premiered at the Morelia Film Festival in Mexico. In 2020, Argentina became the 5th country in the world to record over 1 million confirmed COVID cases.
Go.
Right? Go Argentina. In 2022, former workers at a daycare in Mississippi were charged with child abuse after one employee wore a Halloween mask to scare children in their care in videos that went viral on social media. Aw. Each were charged with 3 counts of felony child abuse for the incident at Little Blessings Daycare in Hamilton, Mississippi. That was
Little Blessings Daycare.
That was one of those I started to read it, and then I was gonna skip it, and then I was like, nah. I saw the Halloween mask thing and thought I'll go with this one.
That's a little too juicy, right?
Right. Do you want me to keep going over the weekend?
Oh, yeah. Just pick a few that stand out. How's that?
Okay. Well, this one's actually kind of a cool one, even though I doubt that he actually invented it. I believe someone else in his factory invented it. But in 1879, Thomas Edison invented a workable electric light at his laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey. And then, let's see. Gosh, there's a bunch of these that should not even be read on the air, Scott.
I know. Like sad stuff, right? Just depressing.
Wow. Oh, here's
2005, though. That Florida woman, that's a good one.
Yeah. In 2005, a Florida woman found an unpleasant surprise in her family's dinner, a bullet. Diane Johnson of Ormond Beach, Florida, said her son-in-law found the bullet in the pork roast she served. She said she bought the meat at a nearby grocery store. I wonder where that came from. I think I know. Let's see. Then this one's kind of cool. In 2019, the world's oldest natural pearl, 8,000 years old, was announced discovered during excavations at Marwa Island near Abu Dhabi, UAE.
I wish I would have been at the one in 2007 where the Virginia motorists heading out of downtown on Interstate 264 may have thought they'd ran into a blizzard near Norfolk State University. It wasn't meteorological mayhem, however, just feathers from about a dozen pillows that spilled on the highway just after lunch hour. Many of the pillows burst into giant clouds of white feathers as they were run over by vehicles. Did we just hit a chicken?
Would have been better if there was just a big pillow fight alongside the street.
Yeah.
I guess in a way
All
there
right,
was,
on to
right?
Sunday.
Yeah. So we have Sunday in 1746, Princeton University in New Jersey received its charter. 1746. That was
wow,
almost 50 years before we were even a country.
I don't think we had
40,
teachers yet.
40 years before we were 30 years. Trying to do math in real time. It's 1797, French balloonist André Jacques Garnerin made the first parachute descent, landing safely from a height of about 3,000 feet.
Wow.
That's
brave.
Cool. See now on Sundays, everything is really cool.
Yeah.
In 1968, Apollo 7 with astronauts Wally Schirra, Don Fulton Easel, and R. Walter Cunningham aboard returned to Earth. That was a cool one.
Okay.
Then in 2008, Google Play was launched, the official app store for the Android operating system. It's still in operation today. Then based on findings of a systematic doping investigation, this was when Lance Armstrong was banned for life from participating in the International Cycling Union. He was stripped from all of his events from 7 of his Tour de France titles.
Wow.
That was a bad time for Sheryl Crow.
Wouldn't that be horrible though if you were in those races that he cheated on and you came in second?
Oh yeah,
knowing that you wouldn't you would have been the winner if it wasn't for Lance doping himself before he hit the trail.
Right, and that you actually won, and who remembers their names?
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Back up to 2004. That was a cute one.
Okay, in Germany, some guys attempted to rob a bank. While the tellers were getting the money together, one of the gun-toting knuckleheads dropped his pistol. It hit the floor and shattered into several pieces, revealing itself as a plastic fake. As they were making a hasty exit with their cash, another crook also dropped his gun.
No.
Oh wow. That's like doing it with a squirt gun or something.
Yeah. All right, special events going all the way through the weekend. Some of these important, some of them fun. It is International Chef's Day today, Chicken and Waffles Day, Mammography Day, Suspenders Day. No guy looks good in suspenders.
That's not. I've seen a few. There's a few.
Okay, all right. You got to have like some cool pants,
or a good beard or something to go with them.
Yeah. Office Chocolate Day, International Day of the Air Traffic Controller, and World Osteoporosis Day. Then for Saturday, Back to the Future Day, Apple Day. Maybe you could do the marathon of the movies. It's Apple Day, Bridge Day, Check Your Medications Day, Count Your Buttons Day, Garbanzo Bean Day, International Day of the Nacho.
Nice.
International Sloth Day, so take it easy. Fetch Day, Mezcal Day. Is that the hallucinogenic cactus stuff, mezcal?
No, I think it's a type of liquor made from cactus.
Okay.
Maybe if you drink enough of it, you might hallucinate.
Just checking, because I didn't want to be inviting people to do that. All right. Sweetest Day, Pumpkin Cheesecake Day, Reptile Awareness Day.
Nice.
Then for, let's see, Sunday, it's Cleanup of the Earth Day, Eat a Pretzel Day, Color Day, Knee Day. Go ahead and knee someone. International Caps Lock Day. Type everything in really big letters like you're angry.
No, please don't.
And International Stuttering Awareness Day, Make a Difference Day, a day for Chuck, it's Nut Day, Smart is Cool Day, and Wombat Day, love me with some wombat soup, and Mother-in-Law Day. Do they actually make cards for that?
Mother-in-Law Day?
Yeah.
You know, wombat poops square. Do you know they poop cubes?
I did not know that.
Yeah, their poop is cubes.
Wow, so I'm not eating any
animal.
more vitamin gummies.
Right?
Because they come in cubes lots of times. All right.
Yeah, if you buy a gummy vitamin and their logo on the package is a cartoon wombat, get another brand.
Thanks for that, Chuck.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. Let's see here. A number of the day, I'll just throw that in, 8,000, and that is the number of dams in Texas.
Just in Texas?
Just in Texas.
Wow. I thought we had a lot in Washington, but there's like maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's a lot. 8,000.
Wow.
All right. News and nuggets today. Let's pick out a few stories as we head toward the odd news. Chuck, do you want to kick things off with some little news about parents and Halloween candy?
Yeah. It's keeping little ghosts and goblins safe is a huge priority for most parents. 83% say they check their candy for anything dangerous before they let them eat it. Once a candy's been given the tasty stamp of approval, 62% of parents admit to secretly eating their kids' candy. I was going to say, put quotes around checking their candy, because checking it means, checking for quality.
I can guarantee you, like if you put 50 pieces of candy on the floor and Dad checks them all, there's going to be 42 left.
These ones look a little suspect here. The Snickers bar is a little, we should check this extra.
All right. A retired Los Angeles lawyer has probably eaten at more Chinese restaurants than any other human on the earth. I actually tried to do this, like eat Chinese in all 50 states. I haven't made it all the way through yet. 75-year-old David Chan never eats at the same restaurant twice, which has led him to dine at more than 7,500 Chinese restaurants. I'm going to add to this because I've eaten Chinese food all over the United States, and many people might realize we used to have Chinese food restaurant in Chihuahua.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought it was fabulous. I love that they used plum sauce for their sweet and sour sauce. I mean, it was a treat. I have never eaten at a Chinese restaurant with food as good as the one that used to exist in Chihuahua. In fact, if you like barbecue pork, you get the slices of the barbecue pork and the hot mustard, and they have you can get it at the grocery store too in a package. Once I left Washington State, now I haven't eaten Chinese food in Oregon and California, but once I left Washington State when I was traveling, and I hit a lot of states and a lot of Chinese restaurants, none of them serve barbecue pork. It's just bizarre. You cannot find it on the East Coast. It doesn't exist.
That is blasphemy.
It is. It's absolutely horrible. So if somebody's got some of those extra ice packets and you can freeze some ice packets and buy some barbecue pork and send it to me in Maine, I would love you for that because we can't get it here. I even went to the guy and said, see the meat in your rice, your pork fried rice that's chopped up? I said, it's that, but in the big pieces. And he goes, oh, we get that and chopped up in a bag already.
Wow.
No, I don't know what's going on.
That stuff is like a drug. Then they put it, you go in the grocery store and it's like the first thing you see when you walk in the grocery store, and they have the big chunks of it, and then they have the little package all chopped up with the seeds on it, and then the big package all chopped up.
Yeah, that's right. You're eating that stuff this weekend. Think of me. Can't get it.
And it's always a good thing to like put in the little front of your grocery cart to snack on while you shop. I'm not saying I do that, but I'm saying you can.
You could, yeah.
You could.
Let's talk about AI, Chuck.
AI. Yeah, so a new poll finds that most Americans don't trust companies to use AI responsibly. Shocker. With 70% of those who have heard of artificial intelligence saying they have very little or no trust at all in companies' use of it. 81% of people who have heard artificial intelligence think that information collected by companies will be used in ways people are not comfortable with. 80% say it would be used in ways not originally intended.
Wow. Wow.
I'm not so much worried about businesses that use the AI. I'm more worried about the AI itself.
Yeah. All right, another one that's not a big shocker. A year since Elon Musk acquired Twitter for $44 billion, traffic at the once indispensable social media platform has fallen off significantly. Comparing September of this year to last year, traffic worldwide dipped 14% in the United States, which makes up around a quarter of Twitter's traffic. Traffic registered a decline of 19% over the same period. I don't think his name change has helped either. And I think it's funny, in every news story you see, at least in print, when they refer to X, because when you're reading the news story, just having one letter in there can throw you off as to what the content of the story is actually. So people will say on X and then comma, formerly known as Twitter. So he's never getting away from the old name because people are going to have to use the new name to describe his one-lettered name business, because just an X in a story can be very confusing.
Right. And I'd read a story the other day. He was involved with another company first. I think it was PayPal, maybe one of those. Yeah, PayPal. And he was on the board, I believe, with that. And they actually kicked him off the board. And one of the things he wanted to do was change the name to X. So he's just wanted to buy a company to name it X. And that was, I guess, the story I read was, there were many reasons to get him off the board because he was him. And that was like sort of the straw that they were like, no, get off our board. They kicked him off.
I wonder if he realizes he's not the world's most smartest man.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
He is proof that money does not equal intelligence.
Yes. All right. I think, do you see anything else there you want to cover before we head to odd news, Chuck?
Yeah, let's this is actually kind of cool. This is a 4,000-year-old slab known as the St. Bellic slab that sparked excitement among researchers who believe it may hold clues to a long-lost Bronze Age treasure. It was discovered in 2014 at a burial site in Brittany, France. The slab was recently declared Europe's oldest map. Researchers have been deciphering its engraved symbols on the slab, which is believed to have been used by a prince who possibly lost power, leading to the stone being broken. And the search for further artifacts and completing the mapping of the area could take up to 15 years.
Wow.
So full-on, legitimate, lost ancient treasure.
Nice.
That's cool.
All right. I kind of feel like an ancient treasure today. Let's wrap up the show with a little...
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go.
Odd news.
We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
and some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Always kick off your odd news with the news attack, and that's a place where you find the first sentence true and the second sentence, well, a horribly written joke. And here comes Chuck Ritchie.
Twitter is using losers. Oh, I'm sorry, losing users. Yeah, I guess people finally found a more productive use for their time, like arguing about politics with their pets.
Yeah, that's important stuff.
Especially your pet named Eve.
If you haven't heard, Chuck, Twitter is losing users. It's true. But don't worry, your uncle's conspiracy theories will still find a way to your dinner table.
Mm-hmm. Yep, unfortunately. I had a wedding at my cousin's wedding was last week, and oh boy. I have a lot of uncles with a lot of conspiracy theories.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Don't invite them over.
No, I would never. It was very interesting. A new poll finds that Americans don't trust companies to use AI responsibly, particularly a company called Cyberdyne Systems.
We now have the T800.
Right.
Survey of parents reveals 83% check their children's trick-or-treating candy before they're allowed to eat it. To the kids in the 17%, that's what little brothers and sisters are for.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Scientists say when we sleep, our brains use that opportunity to rid itself of toxins. Like memories of the Jada Pinkett Smith interview. I gotta see
things we didn't want to know.
We've made like 3 jokes over the last few days about this Jada Pinkett Smith interview, and I have no idea what this is.
Okay, so she came out with like a tell-all memoir of her and Will Smith's relationship, and there's nothing, I guess, really that outrageous in it that you couldn't find in any typical couple that's had relationship problems. It's just the fact that they're airing it all and stations are broadcasting it all. It's horribly embarrassing.
Well, dysfunctional celebrities have a tendency to have dysfunctional relationships, so not sure why it's news.
Yeah. The brain's reaction to yummy food may predict whether or not a person may become obese. For instance, if you, at the sight of chocolate cake, your brain continues to sit on the couch and asks you to bring it a piece, you have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
and also in the news attack, Jim Jordan has once again failed in his attempt to become Speaker of the House.
Oh, that was just the joke right there?
Yeah, well, it's true, but it is a joke all in one. You don't need the kicker in there.
Researchers.
I wonder who's responsible for all the infighting in the Republican Party.
I don't know.
Who could have caused the demise of the Republican Party? Maybe they'll figure it out.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. That's quite the list of names that are going to come out of that one.
I like the one guy, he came on, and I can't remember his last name. I want to say Burke. And he said, I can't vote for Jim Jordan until he recants his statements that the election was stolen from Trump. He says, I can't do it. I'm not going to vote for him, ever. I can't. As long as he's going to maintain that lie, I can't vote for him. And I guess 7 other Republicans have stepped up and said the same thing. They're not going to vote for him unless he recants his claims of the stolen 2020 election. And for those 8 Republicans, good job.
I wish people would say the same thing about Trump during this next election.
Yeah. Don't tell us you care about our country, and then perpetuate lies.
Right.
People see right through it. Most people see right through it.
Right. Or go against our election system.
Yeah. And now there's crisis all over the planet, and the Republicans are just holding things up again.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what they do. The Grand Opposition Party.
Wow, Chuck, 10,000 points.
Right.
All right. We don't need to lump them all together, but those standouts, they're standing out for what's right and true, and hats off to them. All right. Last couple news attacks.
Researchers report that diets heavy in fried foods, salty snacks, and meat account for 35% of heart attacks globally, while Fox News accounts for the other 65%. Speaking of Republicans' conspiracies.
According to a study, when you're forced to physically balance yourself, you make better shopping decisions. For example, shopping in extremely high heels, Chucks, makes you want to buy a pair of flats.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew that, but you should try it.
I should. I will next time. Next time you see me in Safeway, don't judge me. Just know I'm conducting a scientific experiment.
Nice shoes.
Thank you.
Wacky but true. We don't add anything to these but a movie or television sound effect, and here comes Chuck again.
A young girl in North Carolina repeatedly had a pretty unique request for a bedtime story. Megan Mordaunt, an au pair based in Charlotte area, shared a video on TikTok of her reading an unconventional bedtime story to the little girl she watches. Instead of the usual children's books requested by the toddler, Mordaunt said the 3-year-old girl asked her to read aloud the instructional manual for the family's iced coffee machine.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Would you stop staring at me like that, Susan? I swear you are the weirdest little girl I've ever seen. I am a genius.
I like to think it's for a cute reason, like she wants to wake her parents up in the morning with iced coffee.
I think so.
Yeah, learn how to use it. That's cute. I like it.
Man in Poland has been charged with suspected theft and burglary after standing motionless in a store window pretending to be a mannequin. This is brilliant. 22-year-old suspect went unnoticed by staff and shoppers as he blended in with the mannequins, then stealing jewelry from various departments after closing.
All you have to do is blend in and act like you belong here.
Easy.
Genius.
I think this one might go with it.
Eugene? Say, isn't that your car, Eugene?
No, it doesn't. All right, try it again.
This is what not to do on your first day on the job. Jacob Thompson stopped at a travel center in Florida and asked about a job. He was given an application and told he could interview on Monday. He filled out the application and left, carjacked a customer at the station. Deputies were close by and gave chase, and Thompson then crashed the car.
All right, this is the place of business and the manager.
Eugene? Say, isn't that your car, Eugene?
It's my wife's car.
Well, it's hard to find employees these days, so, he might still have a shot.
19-year-old international student from Vietnam thought she had applied to study at Miami University in Florida. However, when she received her acceptance letter, she realized she had actually applied to Miami University in Ohio.
Wow.
Valerie Du, who couldn't visit the university before applying, was initially confused by the acceptance letter welcoming her to Ohio. Upon searching online, she discovered that Miami University in Ohio was not the beachside paradise she had envisioned, but rather a cornfield in the Midwest. After conducting further research, now Du realized that Miami University in Ohio had a reputable business school, so she ultimately decided to accept the offer and moved from Vietnam to Ohio. Du is not only a student, but also a campus tour guide and often shares her stories with students. Tour guide.
Tour from hell for an Ohio couple earlier today when their helicopter tour was cut short by what police are now calling a terrorism misunderstanding involving a man named Emergency Exit Only.
Emergency exit only. Okay. Sorry.
That was good. A woman in Taiwan set fire to several vehicles, but she didn't do it on purpose. She was trying to burn leaves during a cleanup, and the fire spread to the cars, resulting in the destruction of 5 cars and a motorcycle.
All right. Live to the scene!
He might be okay. Well, no, probably not now.
Oops.
Yeah, definitely not. Take us out, Scott.
Take us out? Okay. In the UK, bystander called police because they saw through a bank window what looked like employees huddling under desks and tables. Was it a bank robbery? When officers arrived at the bank, they found employees playing hide and seek. Turned out to be a team building exercise. Sure.
Well, hello.
We seem to be playing tag. Or maybe hide and seek, huh?
See, it's like a game. Yeah, a game of hide and seek, except the goal is never to be found, ever.
Team building.
Team building exercise, said the man with a gun.
Yes.
Right.
That's our show for today. Any closing words, Chuck Ritchie?
No, I don't, but I would like to welcome our newest DJ tonight. You can catch him from 6 to 8 p.m. It is Old Man Mark with us, best classic rock and more. So,
All right.
we're excited to welcome him and KCHW Fulfilling Dreams.
All right, don't forget then this weekend, Halloween Haunted House tonight, 6 to 9, Bradley's Taekwondo. Then tomorrow evening, a murder mystery dinner at the Chihuahua Golf and Country Club from 4:30 to 7 p.m. And on Sunday, dinner too, with the Valley Warriors against cancer. They're having a spaghetti dinner. Get out and have some fun this weekend. And while you're doing it, keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Would you stop staring at me like that, Susan? I swear you are the weirdest little girl I've ever seen. I am a genius.
The weird ones are geniuses.
Start your computations for time warp.